Hello and thank you for joining us on the Thursday edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Benga Oreshegun. Today on the program, 151 police officers face disciplinary panel over ethical violations. And later on the show, former Vice President Atiku faces knocks after dumping PDP for the third time. Well, I'll be hanging out with Asukwo, James and Kayode Ladende. Journalist Hangout starts right now. No one is above the law, and no rank is too high to be questioned. Now, with that declaration ringing through Force Headquarters, Abuja, 151 senior police officers are now standing before the Force Disciplinary Committee, FDC, in a rare top-to-bottom audit of conduct. The two-week exercise, which opened on the 14th of July, runs until the 25th of July 2025, will see officers drawn from every command and formation undergo a transparent review anchored on extant police regulations. Now, Force Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi says the final recommendations will be forwarded to the Police Service Commission. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun insists that the process is proof that the force will not condone indiscipline or misconduct at any level. All right, I'll start with you, Asukwo. Disciplinary process going on in the Nigerian police force. In your opinion, does this disciplinary process reflect a sincere effort within the Nigerian police force?
Yeah, I think because they call it internal, audit. So I think from time to time it is required, to put everyone in check, especially when we have issues that pertain to violations of the standard, because I know the IG have been trying to bring in some new, procedures and ensuring that everyone, especially those at the rank and file, obey the rules and regulations. And from this, although I've been able to ask a couple of people on how, this procedure would, has been working in the past. I know that from superintendent down, it used to be the IG, having this kind of setting up a panel to look at violations, the force. And then from superintendent and above, ASP and the rest, and the AIG used to be the Police Service Commission. But this one is different. So it shows that the IG wants to really see how we can crack the whip, and overhaul the whole system. But be that as it may, I've been hearing a couple of things that have been happening in the past, in these few weeks, over, the welfare of, the police officers. And especially those who have, I don't know whether you are seeing that, a video that has been viral over the welfare of, police officers, those who are retired. So I feel that is one of the things that, the IG wants to address. But if it is one of the things, I think the IG has to look at, the welfare of his officers, especially when they are in force, and when they also retire, in terms of the payment of pension and gratuity, they need that to be also be addressed, so that we don't have issues of police officers saying they want to, begin to do things that are not in the books.
Absolutely. When
they are still, in service, because that is one of the things. Because some of them, once they feel that after I leave, there will be nothing for me, that is when they will start, going into some level of crime.
Absolutely. All right, Kayode, talk to me. 151 officers facing disciplinary action. I mean, what does this say about the system?
Yes, the optics is looking good. The optics is a good response to what a lot of people have always been clamoring for. Because when you see the level of indiscipline, when you see the level of unethical practice, especially when you're driving on the road and you see all those unethical issues, you can as well tell that this is quite endemic. This is quite embarrassing. It's a big shame. It's a national shame. This is something you will see long traffic only to discover that there's no bad road, there's no falling truck. It is just policemen, obtaining people. And so when you see 151, it even looks small. But like I said, for the optics, it's good for the optics. But the good news in this is that they are using a top-bottom approach. The top-bottom approach is expected, underline the word, is expected to serve as deterrent to the police force generally, because when you as a young officers know that your bosses are fired, they are disciplined, they are dealt with when they are caught in some unwholesome practices. So that is the optics that I think it's a good call by the police force. But like Asukwa said, I understand the tenets of the work of the service, that even as a uniformed man, you dare not say, you dare not grumble, you dare not complain, as long as you're in uniform. However, we, the media, the fourth estate of the realm, are not bad from putting these issues out there. So it's just for police to be sincere. It's just for the rank and file to be sincere that this is not a case of victimization. This is not a case of trying to silence the voice of people who have been oppressed and been frustrated to the point of crying out. So while the rule is the rule, they should bear in mind that when it gets to a stage that somebody has lost any sense of dignity, the person will cry out. But looking at the level of indiscipline, looking at the level of unethical practice, this is a good call. And we will follow it to the last paragraph to ensure that this is not just for optics, that IG is fighting corruption and unethical practice, but rather there is a structure, there is an institution that must not condone, unwholesome practice.
I mean, now, how can the public be assured that those found guilty will not be quietly transferred or quietly reinstated later?
This is from, the top, from the ASP.
Yeah, but I'm talking about those found guilty.
So, this is internal. This is internal. So one way or the other, there will also be that internal mechanisms to deal with them. So it's either they transfer them or they relieve them. But we don't want a situation whereby is like Kay just said, a process of winch hunting some people. So it means that the disciplinary committee must make sure that nobody is disciplined wrongly. So if they are found guilty, if they are found guilty in any way, there should be mechanisms there to punish them.
Don't just transfer them. They should be punished.
You understand? To punish them. So that we need to clean the house. And I think that is what the IG is trying to do, to clean the house, to make sure that nobody is found wanting afterwards. Because there's been a lot of things happening in the police force. A lot of things. And that is why I keep saying, I actually said earlier, that even if you want to clean your house, you must also make sure that the process at which would make people want to go the other way, you also have to put those processes in place, which is the welfare part.
You think there could be some maybe psychological or environmental things responsible for it?
Why do you think a police officer will want to stand outside to collect money if he's well paid? You understand?
I still don't think. I think there's a amount of greed there.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, hold on. We know of so many fantastic police officers. We know we have them cuts across everywhere in Nigeria. I think there was one that Mr. BKO was even talking about I think some months back or so. Fantastic police officer. But that is like one in many.
Sure.
So, but we need as many as possible. So this disciplinary committee, I hope they will be able to get us as many as possible police officers. Although this period, I've seen that most of them respect themselves now. If I'm driving in the night, you see most of them, they don't stop you anyhow. They don't ask unnecessary questions. Even if they stop you, the only thing they ask is, okay, hope you're okay, and things like that. And then they'll allow you go, not like before.
All right, we have someone calling in, Busala calling in from Ibadan. Okay, Yusola, thank you so much for calling.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you.
Mr. Suko, good evening, sir.
Good
and
evening.
The other man over there.
Good evening.
Now, for me, this is a laudable step by the IG and those confined to do that, because it's going to fix back our police officers to be able to get themselves right and to do it right. Why? Because if we get it right from our police officers, then honestly, we're going to have a society that is going to be profitable for all of us under a democratic setting. But you know that one of the things that will as well enhance this thing is their welfare. They have to be given better welfare so that they'll be able to stay well and live well and give a good and fine policing job to society. I believe this country is going somewhere and we'll get there.
Okay.
And very soon, some of the countries all over the world will be envious of Nigeria because things will get better by the grace of God. Asuko,
all right.
Bravo to you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
So much.
Thank you. Kaide, so to round this up, is this disciplinary process, is this enough to restore confidence in the force?
So just to also put it in right context, another thing that was being mentioned as part of the infractions is that some of them may have been engaged in kidnapping, may have also been complicit in some serious issue. So if this is true, and trust me, some of us have had experiences where we can confirm that some of them are engaged in these things. So trust me, there is no need, putting sentiment. They should be dealt with. Right officers should be brought in because definitely we are under policed in Nigeria. So, but it's not an excuse for us to continue with bad heads in the force. So we'll stay with this story. We will ensure that the police does the right thing. But my worry and my concern is let it not be about the IGP, let it not be about the current force spokesperson. It should be about the structure. When you're going into police, you're a law enforcement officer and not law violator.
Absolutely.
So that should be the
Absolutely. I mean, this disciplinary process, I don't think it should signal fear within the rank and file, but you think it should signal reform within the rank and file?
Yes, because that is what the IG wants to do. It's not about reforms and to see, because we want a better policing system. Because then once you have a better police, force, everybody can sleep easy.
True.
You understand?
True.
So you can move freely, knowing that nobody would, attack you or harass you in any way. Because once you have a professional police officer, securing you can do what you can, maintain that law and order even within you, because you know that the person that you want to even meet as a police officer also respects you. Okay, so we don't want a situation whereby at the end of this we'll be having issues with, a police officer actually harassed me, and then there will be social media.
All right. All right, we have another caller calling in from Lagos. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Abalape, reaching from Lagos.
All right, let's talk.
What is happening, what is about happening in the police sector is a good thing in the right direction. But I want to say this. First of all, as the government, IG himself, done the right thing for the police, what about their salary? Are they being paid adequately? That is that. And if they want to do this, I want to say this. The only solution that can bring sanity within the police sector is for us to have state and community policing. Let those people within the area living in the community police themselves. I cannot be policing my area now. I'll be standing on the road and collecting money. Even my family will be ashamed of seeing me on the road. Aside from this, if government continues to allow the police, this kind of policing system that we are having to continue like this, I don't think this kind of something will bring sanity to it. Let us have state and community policing. Police yourself. Be yourself. Maybe all those rubbish that the current policing are doing, maybe they will be doing it within their area, within their state. Aside from that, I don't think this thing can happen.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Well, I hope that this this disciplinary process, the naming and shaming, and those found guilty, it will serve as a deterrent. All right, let's move straight to our next conversation.